The Kansas City Council set to vote on its next city manager just over a month after it ousted Brian Platt.
That meeting was derailed when protesters stood and refused to sit down, all in support of the Linwood Shopping Center, a long-standing topic of contention. Fox 4's Malik Jackson live at City Hall now. So Malik, where do we stand now?
Yeah, good evening, Lauren and John. The expectation is that we would know who the next city manager was by this time, 5:08 Central Time, but we still do not have that answer. City Council started at 2 o'clock. There was a lot of special readings that happened earlier this afternoon, and at about 4:38, so about 4:40 this afternoon, so just over, under 30 minutes, if you will, that is when the council, the mayor called a motion, and the council went into a closed session, and that is to discuss who they will select as the next person to run Kansas City. We talked to a council person before the meeting, and he told us that up until this point there had been no discussion between the members in a formal setting about who that person would be. So this is their first discussion. Remember, it was just last Thursday that those public interviews happened. So that is where that stands. In the meantime, the center of attention today was what happened with the Linwood Shopping Center. So after those special readings, about 24 protesters interrupted the meeting, upset that approved funding to support the Linwood Shopping District had still not been dispersed. Councilwoman Robinson then stood up and moved to add an ordinance calling for the immediate release of those funds. A closed session was called soon after. The issue, shelves at the Sunfresh on 31st and Prospect are bare. Without it, Robinson has warned the area would become a food desert. The store is seen as the anchor of the district. Losing it, residents say, would devastate the community. Despite $750,000 that was approved by council to save the district, nothing again has been paid out. The city tells Fox 4 that's because they have tried to reach them in writing but have not received a response. Gwen Grant, the president and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Kansas City, criticized what she called a lack of trustworthiness from the mayor and several council members.
The City of Kansas City, Missouri has failed to honor its obligation to our community to keep it safe, to keep it clean, to fund the Linwood Shopping Center so that we can have access to good, fresh food. We want the mayor to stop lying.
Can you just start over?
Yeah, we want the mayor to stop lying, to stop triangulating, stop sending letters saying he's doing something that he's not doing, and be a man, get the job done, have integrity.
And so then, from what we heard from Councilman Rea and Councilwoman Robinson, is that a deal was struck behind closed doors in that closed session for this $750,000 to be immediately dispersed, provided that Sunfresh released their financials to the city. And so we expect that to happen over the next couple of days. That is if the ordinance is passed, and it needs 9 votes. So we will be here waiting for that. And right now, the mayor and the council up on the 29th floor talking about and trying to come to a consensus, a decision about who will be the next city manager of Kansas City. Those 3 internal candidates, again, were here last week, and now we await that decision. We'll continue to update you tonight on Fox 4 News at 6, 9, and 10, because we won't leave until we have the answers. John, Lauren?
We know that's true. Malik Jackson live at City Hall tonight. Malik, thanks.